Welcome to Sage Timberline Office, servicing the construction industry for over 30 years. Today we're going to cover Sage Timberline Office for the custom and multifamily builder. In today's session, we'll cover what is Sage Timberline Office and how can the Sage Timberline Office desktop help integrate your workflow. We'll also illustrate the power of this integrated suite of products called Sage Timberline Office. Let's start by describing what is Sage Timberline Office. Sage Timberline Office consists of two foundation products, accounting and estimating. Built on that foundation are a number of additional products that will allow you to expand your capabilities and reap the benefits from a truly integrated suite of applications. Capabilities include service, property and investment, contracts, so you can keep track of vendor contracts or subcontracts, job cost, so you can access up-to-the-minute information so you can react or make adjustments to project plans before it's too late, change management, buyout, so you can optimize your purchasing power, address book, so you can have a centralized and integrated company contact list that spans across all of our modules, and document management, so you can store both paper or electronic documents and retrieve instantly when and where you need them. And finally, we also have modeling, which gives you the ability to address the complete estimate, or in other words, from the perspective of the entire home instead of all of the individual components of the project. Combined, these capabilities create an integrated suite of products that we call Sage Timberline Office. Next, let's talk about workflow and how it actually applies to our Office suite. At the beginning, or the definition stage of a project, you're usually provided with an electronic or paper set of plans, or in some cases, you may have designed the plans yourself. You have a group of subs or suppliers that you've worked with in the past, many of which you've accumulated pricing for. You may also obtain electronic price updates from certain suppliers or pricing services. With that, a project plan is put in place containing the details and components for the home or multifamily dwelling you're building. Using specifications derived from the plans, a detailed or lump sum estimate is created depending upon your particular needs. The estimate then becomes the basis for your budget. It's what you're predicting the project will cost you to develop. It includes material items, subcontractor items, or trade activities, and areas such as framing or concrete that might be self-performed by your own crews, all of which are associated with costs, whether they be material or labor or both. Once the prices have been applied and the estimated cost finalized, you'll add your markups to come up with a final contract amount. The contract amount is the total dollar amount that you and your customer have agreed upon for the project. You now have a signed contract and you're scheduled to break ground. Getting the project was the easy part. Now your priority has shifted and you need to deliver a completed home on time and on budget. In order to stay on track, you need up-to-the-minute access to job cost information to ensure you come as close to your budget as possible. To do this, estimated costs are passed to accounting, or more specifically, job cost, so you can begin accruing costs and paying bills against the job. Now, this is great for those items that have been paid, but what about outstanding commitments, or in other words, POs or contracts, that have been agreed upon but payment has not yet been issued? This is one of the strengths of our system. We are a true job cost system, so we look not only at what's been spent, but we also roll up all of the commitments that will ultimately impact your job. Flexibility is yet another strength of our system. Within the purchasing module, POs can be generated using a number of methods. POs can be generated directly from within the PO module or automatically generated using information obtained during the RFQ process. Either way, the process you choose is entirely up to you. Or, if you're trying to minimize the amount of paperwork you're handling, you also have the flexibility to bypass the PO process altogether and enter it in as a general commitment. Critical to the success of any project is a good schedule, knowing how long each phase of construction should take, when your subs should be on the job, and when to expect material deliveries. Since much of the required information already resides within estimating, activities, resources, and durations are used to jumpstart and generate both Microsoft Project or Primavera schedules. During construction, there will always be changes. Let's say the customer changes their mind about an option or adds another construction application that needs to be cost out. Depending on how elaborate the change, it may get added to my original budget, or it might get costed out as an extra. Either way, job cost allows tracking of the change with the overall job or as an extra so you can see if you're making money and charging extras correctly. Once I've got this information, how do I get access to it? There are actually a number of tools and reporting methods that can be used. First, you can use our inquiry capabilities to drill down into the level of detail you need to get an update on your project. The data is accessed real time, so potential problems can be spotted early and corrective action taken before it's too late. And for those times when you'd prefer an actual hard copy to share with others, either internal or external, a Sage Timberline Office-generated report is just a mouse click away. So now that you have an idea of the big picture, let's talk further about how Sage Timberline Office overlays, handles, and supports the complete integration of processes and functionality within your organization. It all starts from within a central location we call Sage Timberline Office Desktop. This is where users define their personal workspace by identifying work processes, functions, or applications they work with most on a regular basis. On the left is the task list, which is created, grouped, and placed in a specific order of importance. As a result, each individual desktop workspace becomes more organized and more efficient for performing daily tasks. As we mentioned, the desktop was designed to be used as a personal workspace for accomplishing day-to-day tasks. In this example, you'll see on the right-hand side that the start page was customized for use by the project manager. Upon startup, the project manager can quickly see important details about his or her job. Notice the job name, Meadow Park, Block 7, Lot 1. There's a construction loan of $154,500 and a deposit for $20,000. It's coded as a spec home, 1,800 square feet, and the status is in progress. Down below, the profit section shows my original contract, expected profit, and percent of estimate, as well as a revised profit based on project changes. I can see what the total draws have been to date, my cash flow, and any loan amounts that I have. I can even scroll my projects one by one to get a bird's eye view for how they're all doing, or access the tree view for a complete list of all my projects, making it quick and easy to jump to the job overview for a specific project. Now, if I want to take a closer look at some of my project details, I can bring up my change order log and see that there's been an approved change to the kitchen counters. It also looks like we're considering a living room mantle change that has been verbally okayed, and an upgrade package to the interior which has been submitted but not yet approved. I can easily see the contract amount, total changes approved, the revised contract amount, and then any pending changes. I have quick access to the information I need without having to launch separate applications and spending extra time filtering down through lengthy report menus. Now let's delve into this a little bit more and take a look at the Job Overview inquiry screen. Notice we get a list of current projects. At a glance, I can quickly see the contract amount, pending and approved changes, and the revised contract amount. A snapshot view tells me what is happening with my company and where. I can also see what my total estimate was originally, or drill down to see the details of what came over from estimating as a budget. Notice I see all my itemized areas, including cost codes, and budgeted amounts for each. I can see what my total commitments are, and once again drill down to see the specifics, such as revised contract, invoice amount, and amount paid. I can quickly see the job-to-date cost in the same format as my original budget. So, the next thing I want to see is my anticipated profit. Once again, drill down. Notice the first two items are actually over budget, but it looks like we're on track and making money on most of the rest. Drill down yet another level for even further detail. So, as you can see, I've got a true picture of where my job is standing. This is yet another area that makes Sage Timberline Office unique. It's all about true integration, information seamlessly being fed from a number of modules throughout the suite. I have all the information I need from one centralized location. Now, if I wanted to get the same type of information in the form of a printed report, I could choose from literally hundreds of standard reports or select one of my favorite reports from my task list. Let's summarize by taking yet another look at the desktop. Again, on the left are my favorites, or a number of activities or work processes that I deal with on a regular basis. Let's say my role as project manager is heavily involved in the job costing aspect of my projects. You can see that within the job cost category, I have a number of routine tasks that I deal with on a regular basis. I can enter estimates, direct costs, billings, and a number of other activities that I have defined and sorted for this group. Scroll down to My Applications. Note that you can even add and launch non-Timberline related applications here, such as Word or Excel, without ever having to leave your desktop. Another nice feature of the desktop is the ability to get straight access to our resources on the web. If connected to the Internet, you can directly access a number of helpful sites providing information such as training, resources, news, upcoming events, and your specific user information, and much more. So, hopefully this gives you a good feel for just some of the capabilities of Sage Timberline Office. Remember, the solution is modular in design, therefore easily customized to meet your specific needs. In closing, if you'd like further information, or if you'd like to be contacted by one of our business partners for a more detailed demonstration specific to your needs, please contact Jan Peterson at 1-800-628-6653 or email her at jan.peterson@sage.com. Thanks for your interest in Sage Timberline Office.